YouTube. Today we are going to be using the Necrozma-Dawn-Wings team once again with Steelix and Scrafty. Last time who shined was the Scrafty and Necrozma, but Steelix haven't been using it too much, but let's see if we can bring it out, and who knows, will it be good, will it be bad? Only you can find out by watching this episode. But if you do enjoy the episodes, make sure you leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. Try out the team. You have until Series 10 is over to try it out, but otherwise there is a paste pin down below, and you can check out my other social medias like my Twitch channel and my other YouTube channels for more content from me. But let's get started and play some games. All right, what the heck is this team? Dusclops, Suicune, Incineroar, Celesteela, Hippowdon, and Zacian. Okay, that's some pretty interesting Pokemon right here. What do I exactly want to go against this team? Quite a few options. Necrozma looks fantastic here. Necrozma absolutely looks fantastic here. Assuming I could break down the Zacian, I think. And so does Scrafty. Scrafty looks also really solid here. Don't know. Do I want Primarina in this game? I feel like I don't need Primarina at all in this matchup. Because Hyper Voice really, like, it's good against two Pokemon, but it's not really that great otherwise. I actually kind of like Steelix. Steelix damage output looks kind of insane here, especially high horsepower. My opponent doesn't have the best switch-ins to it. So let's find out how I want to go this. I think I want to go Scrafty and Necrozma right off the bat. I think it's a pretty solid lead overall. It's pretty strong. Have Amoonguss in the back, and then Steelix is my last Pokemon. I think it's a pretty solid option right here. The goal of this game is basically to get Necrozma in offensive positions, and I don't know if I'm going to get Trick Room up immediately, whether they're going to try to set up Trick Room, which I don't know, because they do have a Clops, but they have a lot of weird Pokemon to accompany it. There's Tailwind as an option too, but the only Pokemon that's fast or even decently fast on this team is Zacian. The next one would be Celesteela, and I'm not exactly too sure. This is a really strange team. Also, my glasses are super strange because they got messed up yesterday. So let's see how this is gonna go. We're going to see Incineroar, Zacian lead. That's fine. Wait, it's not crowned. It's regular fairy. Okay, this is a crazy team. This is a crazy team. Okay, what do I want to go here? I'm thinking switching Scrafty into Amoonguss is pretty solid. Nah, I would... If they're targeting something, it would be the Necrozma, right? So it might be switch out Necrozma into the Amoonguss and switch... I want a double swap here. Obviously, there's Play Rough from Zacian, which is really scary here. I wanted the big Intimidate, so I don't think this is too bad. I'm going to double swap here. Steelix is a great offensive position with Iron Head, which should actually be able to do something against the Zacian. They're actually like top 3000, so I'm kind of curious on what kind of tricks they have on this team. I'm excited to see what kind of strats they have and like why they chose this Zacian right here. What does it accomplish over the standard, you know, of course you always have, was it the Crown Sword? I don't remember what the item is specifically called, but you know what I mean. We're gonna get Steelix up here with the Amoonguss. Big Steelix, by the way, big Steelix. Here comes a Fake Out into the Steelix slot, which is fine, and a Play Rough into the Steelix as well, but that would have not done anything right there. So what do I want to go here? I kind of want to just go for a high horsepower into the Incineroar slot, do as much damage as possible, and I think I'm going to go for a Spore into the Zacian slot. Zacian, I think, would be the Pokemon that most likely wants to switch out, and then probably a Parting Shot comes out afterward, and I think that's completely fine. I could definitely see the Zacian switching out into like Celesteela or Hippowdon, and yeah, that's what we're going to try out. Zacian could protect, of course, and Incineroar could swap here, but I think that's a risk I'm willing to take right here. Yeah, let's just see how this goes, because damage-wise, they shouldn't be able to do much. I have a big Intimidate off, and I have some pretty bulky Pokemon, especially my Steelix, going to be able to wall these Pokemon. We are going to see the Zacian swap out as we anticipated. We are going to see Suicune? No, Celesteela, yep, as I anticipated. So we're going to see Flare Blitz straight away. Okay, that's fine. Into Amoonguss? Okay. Makes sense. With that Intimidate, I am going to be able to survive it. I take quite a bit of damage though, but that's okay. We're able to get a high horsepower off. Don't ask me how this thing can go for high horsepower. We knock out the Steelix. Big Life Orb Sheer Force coming into play, knocking out the Incineroar. Wait, I'm the wrong ability, aren't I? Oh wait, no, because high horsepower isn't affected by sheer force. I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure this had sheer force. Okay. It's weird because Steelix doesn't have a ground move that unfortunately benefits from the or a physical ground move that benefits from it. We're gonna see the Zacian come out, which is fine. The Celesteal is asleep. I'm gonna go for Ironhead Scrafty swap. I want Amoonguss alive more than Scrafty at this moment, and I really want to Intimidate off in the Zacian because I have no idea what to expect right here. So we're gonna go Scrafty here. I also don't see them going. I don't know what they would go for since their main offense is Player Off, and I don't know if it would KO Amoonguss in this position, but I want the Regenerator health and I get the Intimidate off. So I get 2 benefits. So even if they read this, they lose their Zacian and I'm up 3v2. So I think that's definitely worth a trade here. So let's see what comes out here. I will switch out my Amoonguss here into the Scrafty to get a big Intimidate off into their Zacian. And, you know, into the Celesteal, if it's a physical or mixed variant, we have no clue. We'll find out. Zacian is going to go for the Player Off, does get the Scrafty, does pick up the knockdown Scrafty, even with the relaxed nature and the Intimidate. Oh, it's Life Orb. Okay. This is just a crazy team in general. I wasn't even sure what to expect. We get an Ironhead off into the Zacian. What were the other Pokemon? Hippowdon, Suicune. I feel like they had one more option that I was scared for Necrozma, but I just don't see a reason not to bring in a Necrozma right here. Dealing with Celesteal could be a little bit tough depending on what kind of Celesteal moveset it is, especially if it has like if it's special defensive with Leech Seed. That's my biggest concern right here. I will find out what they decide to bring out here though. Steelix is a pretty good offensive Pokemon right here. We'll see what they decide to do. If it's Suicune in the back, I might... It is Suicune. Okay. I wonder if it has Snarl. That's a big question mark here. So I'm gonna go for the swap Steelix here. I just don't see a reason not to bring out a Moongeist. They might Snarl or they might Scald. Either one works for me. And I'm gonna go for a... I want to go for a Moongeist Beam. No, if I Moongeist Beam to Suicune, it's bad. I'd rather Photon Geyser to Suicune or Trick Room immediately. And I do kind of like the Trick Room option. Getting Steelix in an offensive position later in the game, I think, is better. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to bring out the Moongeist. I can see Snarl or Scald here. I think both are fine. We are going to see Scald perfect into the Amoonguss slot. That's great for me. And do we see a burn? No burn. Celesteal stays asleep. Fantastic. And I am able to get the Trick Room off. Basically, right now, I think I want to focus all my resources on trying to deal as much damage to that Celesteal as possible. That Celesteal is going to do a bunch of damage. I'm going to test to see what item the Suicune is. We haven't seen an item on Suicune. Could be Goggles, which is a very common set. I want a Moongeist Beam to Celesteal because that Celesteal I do need chip damage on. So we'll go for the Moongeist Beam here, and we'll go for a Spore into the Suicune slot. And then afterward, it really depends. If the Suicune's Goggles, it's actually kind of annoying to play against, especially if it has Snarl. Suicune has Protect, though. Okay, Protect and Scald. Good information. So Tailwind probably, and I don't know what the last move would be. You're just stalling out the potential... Well, you're probably going to just try to wake up a Celesteal, and then I have to choose a Spore slot. So here comes a Moongeist Beam. Hopefully some good damage. I'm hoping for like 40%. Yeah. Wakes up, goes for Leech Seed. That's fine. Okay. Don't really mind that too much. That's fine by me. I don't want the Celesteal recovering so much HP. We didn't see leftovers from the Celesteal, so I'm kind of curious on where the leftovers are. Maybe it's on the Hippowdon. It could be on the Suicune. I'm going to go for the Spore into the Suicune slot, and I'm actually going to go back into Steelix. I think... Like, I could target either slot, right? I could focus down the Celesteal or I could focus down the Suicune. But Necrozma was definitely really important to have in this game, right? Because of the damage output, especially against Celesteal, which I don't really have otherwise. I don't know how much Ironhead would do from my Steelix, though. So maybe Steelix could pull a big clutch Ironhead endgame if Ironhead does like 30%, which Life Orb Sheer Force boosted, maybe? But it doesn't... I don't know if this Celesteal is especially defensive. It doesn't look like it. We'll find out, though. I'm going to go for as much power as possible, though. I have a Coba Berry on the Amoonguss, so I should be able to survive any attack from the Celesteal. Barring fire moves, we are going to get Spore off, so it's not Safety Goggles. We confirmed that. And the reason I went for Spore and the Suicune, even if it was potential Safety Goggles, is because I don't think they would have wasted protecting the following turn. We're going to see Flash Cannon into Amoonguss. Doesn't really do that much damage as the Suicune is going to stay asleep here. Now, I'm going to go for a Spore into the Celesteal slot, and I'm just going to go for a high horsepower into Suicune. I wonder if we can find out if it is leftover Suicune, or maybe it's a berry. I don't think Suicune can knock out Amoonguss unless it has Ice Beam and has a good amount of special attack, because I am especially defensive Amoonguss on this team. I don't really mind if Suicune wakes up and goes for a Scald either. Next turn, I could double up the Suicune slot with Grass Knot plus high horsepower potentially too and pick up the knockout, which would be fantastic because Celesteela versus the world shouldn't be able to beat Amoonguss combined with the Necrozma, especially since it's not the safety goggles on the Celesteela. So I'm going to prevent it to get a Leech Seed off as possible. Okay, high horsepower into the Suicune. Not bad damage. Not bad damage. Spore into the Celesteela. And what are you going for with the Suicune? Are you going to wake up? That Celesteela. Suicune? Does wake up, okay. Get the Scald off. Do you see how like the skull just angled in a specific way? It is leftovers on Suicune. We confirmed that. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, if they protect, I can hard punish it, and I might hard punish it. I'm actually going to go... You know what? I think it's my best play to actually go Necrozma here because I want the health on my Amoonguss, and I think I'm going to high horsepower to Suicune in case it doesn't. Oh, but Beast Boost could activate from Celesteela if it wakes up. I am playing a little bit dangerous right here. Let's see if we get rewarded or we get punished. We get in Necrozma. Suicune does protect though. Okay, so they're making the protect play. That's fine. High horsepower into the Suicune slot, and okay, the Celesteela stays asleep. Perfect. Problem is the Suicune's healing a lot of HP. Trick Room also returns to normal. I do want to go for a Trick Room here, I think, and I want to get back in Amoonguss because I can Pollen Puff up Steelix later in this game. So now it's just basically we're playing this game where I just go for the Pollen Puffs later. The problem is Celesteela can wake up, go for Leech Seeds, which is going to drain my health over time, although the Celesteela is not really doing any damage right now, and I could just Pollen Puff to heal back HP. I'm just worried about potential crits coming up, but we'll see. I wonder if the Suicune does have Snarl. I think it should, right? It's a very bulky team and does look especially defensive, so we will bring out the Amoonguss. Oh, it's Icy Wind. Icy Wind, Scald, Tailwind, Protect. Okay, you want to assume it's Tailwind, I think, on this team. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I'm assuming they don't have Snarl if they just went for Icy Wind right there. Nice. They say sleep. Awesome. I'm able to get the Trick Room off. Beautiful. All right. I have a few options here. I could Pollen Puff my Necrozma. If they don't have Snarl, I think I just Moongeist Beam and Rage Powder because I avoid a Leech Seed from the potential Celesteela, who's probably going to try to get some health back right here. And Suicune probably just going to protect again to buy a turn of sleep for the Celesteela. Yeah. So we do see the protect from the Suicune, which is fine. I am going to go for the Rage Powder. And I don't think a crit can knock out Amoonguss at this range, especially since, again, my Coba Berry hasn't been procced. We get a Moongeist Beam off into the Celesteela slot. Let's see how much damage we're doing. We did 40% last time. Yeah. Ooh, it's Berry, actually. Healing Berry. Okay. That's actually kind of annoying because they'll probably live one more Moongeist Beam. Wiki Berry. Yep, they did Leech Seed attempt. Nice. Beautiful. As anticipated, now I can just Spore the Suicune slot and go for another Moongeist Beam. And they'll be too low with Celesteela at this point in the game. So right now, I just try to build up damage, get rid of Celesteela, and then I could probably just beat the Suicune by itself, especially with Necrozma, since they didn't have Scald. This is a really weird Suicune set, but the fact it doesn't have Snarl just makes it so good for me. Otherwise, we would be playing a longer game of Pollen Puff, and I might have actually just timer stalled realistically, because it would have just been so annoying to actually do damage up against their team. They go for a second Protect, which is fine. I really don't think that changes that much in this game. As we go for the Spore attempt, if they Leech Seed now, it's kind of late. So here comes another Moongeist Beam. Into the Celly. Ooh, big crit on that turn. You love to see it. Okay, goodbye, Celesteela. And Steelix is able to win this game right here. Yeah, Steelix is just going to be able to win this game. I'm going to, or not. Well, yeah. I mean, Steelix was a big contributor of me winning this game, but overall, I am going to be able to win this game. I'm going to go for Earth Power, actually, and Spore in case we do somehow get timer stalled. I mean, they're, like, running out of your time anyway. I have a 3v1 situation. Yeah, there's, like, very little chance, or basically no chance of winning this game, I feel like. Overall, very fascinating team. I wonder if they share because they had a lot of interesting picks. A Powdon, the regular Zacian. I was kind of wondering why they were running double steel, and then they just ended up not running double steel. Looks like they're not sharing the team though. Steelix actually did work. Unfortunately, the Sheer Force didn't really get to play. I love Life Orb, Sheer Force, and Steelix is a cool Pokemon. There's no physical ground move that benefits from it though, that I think gets powered up in a good way that Steelix learns. I'm pretty sure. Obviously there's Earth Power, but I'm talking about physical moves too. So, oh well. I was able to get some pretty good positions. I did get lucky with the Suicune set though. If it was Snarl, I would have probably had to timer stall with Pollen Puff and Spores and just keep switching out. And that wouldn't have been fun, but it would have been the way I probably would have played the game. But overall, I think it just ended up working out fantastically with Necrozma able to do a lot of damage, not forced to switch out to the Snarls. All right, a Shadow Rider Calyrex team, Urshifu. Okay, this looks like a pretty standard team. You have the Whimsicott, which is a little bit scary, but overall maybe playable. The problem is what Urshifu is, dark or water. Scrafty lead. Unfortunately, there's two Fairy-mons, which means it's not a great lead here. I think Necrozma is Steelix. I have Wide Guard on the Steelix, so maybe it can get me some momentum here. And then back Pokemon, I think Primarina and Scrafty. I think Scrafty should be brought here just as another backup answer to the Calyrex, and I think Primarina is the Pokemon that can do the most damage in Trick Room because of Hyper Voice and Dragon Energy. The fact that they're, again, two Fairy types is really annoying, so we'll see how this goes. Let's see if we can get Trick Room up. It depends on their set heavily, and do they have Shadow Ball? We're going to see the Incineroar plus Calyrex lead. Great, though. Well, that's fine, actually. I do have a pretty free swap here into the Scrafty because they're probably just going to fake out Astral Barrage. I just don't see a reason not to. You could sub up here if you want to, which would be annoying, but I could probably wall this position with Steelix. We're going to go Scrafty though, and we're going to click Protect as we don't want to take Astral Barrage. Astral Barrage take would be really dumb. They could Parting Shot out immediately. They could go for the Dark move. I just don't know. They might even have Shadow Ball and might reveal it here, so we'll bring out the Scrafty here. I wonder if I could punish a potential switch the following turn. So we'll protect Steelix. There should be fake out Astral Barrage turn 1. That's what I'd assume here. It's just very safe. They don't fake out. Okay, what are you going for? Parting Shot? The Scrafty takes it. Parting Shot's really bad. No, they Lariat. Okay, that's fine. That scared me, actually. Okay, we're good. We also confirm. Okay. I think this is fine. I just fake out and I think I click High Horsepower. I think they're going to Parting Shot out and protect the Calyrex because I just don't see a reason for Calyrex to... Okay, they stay in with Calyrex. What are you doing? Sub? Energy Ball. What? Are you just 3 attacks or 4 attacks? No protect. High Horsepower and Incineroar. Doesn't KO, but good damage. What the heck is this team? Okay. I will sack Scrafty if I have to. I will just Lash Out and protect. Maybe I should... No, Wide Guard doesn't make sense here. They're not protecting. I'm assuming they don't have protect then. The Astral Barrage. I should have Wide Guarded. Should have Wide Guarded here, but I just... Are they Flare Blitzing? If they don't Flare Blitz, they get punished really hard. This has to be Flare Blitz, right? There's no shot. Yeah, okay. So Wide Guard was the right play. Although I really don't mind this position. I think I just get in my Necrozma here and I click Wide Guard. I just don't see a reason not to do that. Because I don't think I need Necrozma. Well, Necrozma is great to win the game, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary to win the game. So we'll bring in the Necrozma here. I think Energy Ball and a -1 Darkest Lariat KOs. I guess that's a question. We'll find out, I guess. I haven't revealed Wide Guard, have I? No, I haven't. So we have Wide Guard. We're going to click it. Let's see if they know that this thing gets Wide Guard. Because I didn't when I looked it up. Nice. They click Astral Barrage. Beautiful. And they should be clicking Lariat or Parting Shot. Beautiful. Okay. That's good. No crit. Awesome. That still did so much damage, but we do get the Trick Room up. And now we can go for a Iron Head into the Incineroar slot and a Moongeist Beam into the Calyrex slot. They don't exactly have the best switches either. Wait, they had Protect this entire time. It's Energy Ball, Astral Barrage. Okay, that's fine. I get to knock out into the Incineroar. That's fine. Okay, so Incineroar went down. The Moongeist Beam. Is Steelix intimidated? I led Steelix, right? Yeah, I did lead Steelix. I should be intimidated. Togekiss gonna come out. Okay. I am intimidated, right? The Life Orb Sheer Force might not get this. I mean, I think the play is just a Moongeist Beam and Wide Guard, because if they Astral Barrage, it's really greedy. If they Energy Ball, that's fine. We'll find out, though. Did they follow me even? Let's see. Wide Guard here. Yeah, follow me. Like, no reason not to. I'm gonna Moongeist Beam here for the chip, because if I live this turn, I should be able to get an Iron Head off the next turn, and I should be able to click Moongeist Beam into the Calyrex slot. I should be okay here, but let's find out. Even if it's not the case, that's fine. Yeah, the Energy Ball. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, so Necrozma goes down. That's fine. I get in Primarina and I have Shadow Ball for a reason. My only concern is who's in the back. Water Shifu's very easy to beat. Rillaboom? Did they have a Rillaboom? They might have. No, they don't have a Rillaboom. Okay, they don't have Fake Out Pressure or Grassy Glide. Okay, yeah, we click Shadow Ball here. Even if we reveal it, that's fine. And we click Iron Head into the Togekiss. Assuming Iron Head should KO, and this should. We're going to see Double Protect. Double Protect is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. How many turns of Trick Room do we have? 2 more or 1 more? 1 more. This is tricky here because I have no idea what their back Pokemon is. It might be to play just to Moonblast. I think it has to be. If it's Eleki in the back, they can't really let Calyrex go down here. I'm going to Moonblast here. And I'm going to Iron Head. This might be a bit too aggressive. We'll find out. But they've been playing aggressive this entire time. They do swap out the Calyrex. Okay. Urshifu? I think it's Urshifu, right? Okay. That's good. They follow me. That's fine. Perfectly fine because I'm KOing to Kiss anyway. What item is that? What item is it is the big part. Okay, goodbye Togekiss. And Moonblast comes out predicting the Urshifu. It's not Sash. Yes. Yes. Okay. If it was Sash, it would have been a lot more complicated, I think, because I wouldn't know what they who they target the following turn. I'm assuming it'd be like a double up in the Primarina with like Energy Ball, close combat, and then I would probably have to play some mind games around that if they try to KO the Steelix there. But oh man, that's huge. I'm gonna Shadow Ball Iron Head. Yeah, I'm gonna Shadow Ball Iron Head because I have no idea if they click Astral Barrage. I don't think Astral Barrage crit knocks out Primarina, but Psyshock crit definitely does. And if they Energy Ball, yeah, it makes sense. Primarina takes that, and we do win with Shadow Ball Primarina. I think Iron Head might have actually been able to finish off the Calyrex at that range too because of the Life Orb and Sheer Force, even through Intimidate. Big Steelix. Oh, big Steelix coming into play. Did you see Steelix in that game? It did work. It did work. Oh, feels good, man. Feels good. Just Wide Guard for the Calyrex. Putting myself in a position. I could have probably, I think it's actually fine that it got to the Necrozma Steelix when I could have taken the knockout into the Necrozma if I Wide Guarded and lashed out the Calyrex the turn that they KO'd my Scrafty with a double up. I think it was absolutely fine because I was able to pile on. I got the free switch into the Necrozma to guarantee up Trick Room, while in the other case there could have been some complications like Urshifu immediately no Trick Room up could have been really scary, especially next to Incineroar. So I preferred that position because they again really couldn't do much, and they didn't expect a Wide Guard and Steelix having a clutch. They never expect Wide Guard, so as if they Energy Balled right there earlier into Darkest Lair, definitely would have been scary. That actually did a bit more damage than I thought too, but oh, big Steelix came into play. And that, ladies and gentlemen and everyone else, is the end of today's episode. Steelix. Now, overall opinion about Steelix? It was more of a fun. Unfortunately, Life Orb Sheer Force, it doesn't do nearly enough damage, and unfortunately, no ground move that benefits it is kind of a shame. But otherwise, you know what? We made it work. It did some work today. Wide guard caught some opponents off guard. That's all I needed from the Steelix, but I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. Try out this team. You have, until Series 10 is over to try it out. There's a placement available in the description down below. And make sure you check out my other social medias while you're down there, such as my other YouTube channels if you want more content from me, and my Twitch channel where I do live stream. And make sure you follow me on all my other social platforms. That's really appreciated. But otherwise, that's going to be it. Have a great day, people. And until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.